the biggest one for me, it's gotta be, if you're a 9 to 5er, you have a job, and you're trying to stay on point, and you're just trying to get in and get out the way because you got stuff to do besides, be at the gym and work all day and that's it. Going in and then people are just there taking their sweet ass time on the machine. They done went through 3.5 episodes of Netflix and 2 sets on the lat pull downs. Like, come on, man. The gym is packed. You see people working out, and you just hear just literally killing a whole machine doing absolutely nothing. And then you see people behind you, like at least have the courtesy to offer someone to like work in. I think that's been the biggest one for me is like I can't stand it. Like it's really aggravating. I go in and I try and get it done in an hour, and because I don't like um, getting into it with people as much anymore, I try and just find alternatives to whatever my workouts are. But it kind of kills my vibe
Mm.
for sure.
So it's basically just people hogging certain machines for you.
Yeah, I feel
No,
like the
Yeah,
gym is
it's
where you're
yeah.
going to improve, and if you're there not about that, then this is my opinion. You shouldn't be in the gym. Like you can do that at home with a couple dumbbells or whatever and watch your TV. Like why do you come to a space where people are in here trying to actually get things done and you're kind of just in the way? You're impeding on that process. But that's just me.
For, so for me, I would say when I used to train with my dad, especially because he used to train a lot in Planet Fitness, it didn't become my pet peeve until I started experiencing it a lot with him. It was just people approaching us when we're hitting a certain machine or a dumbbell. They'll come up to us upset saying, "Excuse me, I was going to use that, but it was empty." You didn't see them around it at all.
Yes.
They just want to claim it but not use it until they're ready.
Yeah.
And then it just leads into an argument. It's like, but you're not here. It's like, yeah, but I'm going to use it too. And I'm like, okay, but when is soon? Oh, when I'm done a few reps. It's like, what? You're not even
mm.
around. Like, let me use this.
No, yeah. That's annoying. I just tell them like, well, I'm using it now.
Yeah,
Simple as
like we
that.
can share it, but you can't really
Oh,
claim a certain machine if you're not going to be using it. You have the intention of using it, but it's just crazy that they'll approach you and get upset like you're touching what I'm about to use. Like what?
I could
that's
never be
crazy.
this type of person. I'm so self-conscious in the gym. Like I cut some of my sets short because I'm afraid I'm taking the machine too long. So it's like, oh, I may have been here too long.
Uh,
I'll cut the set short.
But honestly, like people will eventually approach you and ask like how many sets or reps do you have left, and you just tell them they'll respect it, right? You're still getting a workout, and you're not sitting there just being on your
yeah.
phone wasting minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it is different if you're actually like grinding versus just sitting there. That's completely
And
different.
then doing nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a respect thing. Like if you're actually going at it, I ain't even gonna mess with you, dude. Let me go find something else. Like you getting it, and I understand it because it's like that's what I like to do. So I don't mess with people like that. Just I'll go mess with someone that's actually not doing anything. you know. And I'll tell people like I'm
Yeah.
gonna go debo these high schoolers off this bench because they've been there like 6 deep and done like three sets.
Oh,
I done went to
I
like
can't
three
stand high schoolers
different
at the
machines.
gym. Oh
Yeah, it's
man.
aggravating. Like I'll watch because it's like I need to hit there eventually, so I'm already like watching, and then I'm like, damn, I know what's about to happen. Like I don't went through three machines or exercises, and they're still there, and I've noticed that they've only done like 3 sets. It's like, dude, I've hit 3 different workouts, 4 or 5 sets each. Like,
And you're still there.
yeah, like
Yeah.
what's going on, bro?
Hmm.
I think the only machine that I'm like very much like I gotta be the next guy on that. Like the only machine I hate people hugging is the leg press because like that's my machine. Like get off me. Like that's my machine.
The worst has to be people hogging like six pairs of dumbbells, and they're like, "Yo, I'm doing drop sets." I'm like, fuck,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
this is
I've
so
I've
annoying.
I
So they
see
take
that
all those.
more because I used to train at LA Fitness with one of my girl Angie, and it's one that's really close to me. And for some reason, that's a big trend in LA Fitness, is that you see them have multiple dumbbells just stacked around them, and you can't even touch
So
the one
annoying.
that you need because like they have it for their drop sets. I'm like staring at them like, what are you doing?
So annoying, yo.
What are you
Like
doing?
why? It's like
I don't know.
people. I've seen this happen several times. People will be using one machine or they'll be on a bench, and then you'll sit down elsewhere and they'll run up and they'll be like, no, no, I'm also using this. And I'm like, that's cool, but if you're there right now, we can share, which I've done a few times, which is someone will be like, how many sets you got left? And I'm like, my rest periods are kind of long because I'm using a lot of weight. So do you want to work in between my sets? They're like, yeah, sure. So we'll work in between each other's sets. But some people, they'll hog 2, 3 machines, not just benches or dumbbells, but whole machines. And they're not even there for like 2 minutes because they're trying to do the other, set. And then they're going to do a drop set on this one. And you're like, can't we just share the machine? It's like they pay more for something at the gym. Like they run the place themselves. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
we're all paying the same amount. Let's share and be like, because we all got a limited amount of time. But nah, that's one I don't really like is hogging multiple machines without sharing, especially during rush hour time. Like,
I think there ends up being a reason why people don't want to do like the work and stuff, and it's because if you have a different level of focus when it comes to your workout. I have my rest time, but if you get on there and you begin to be bullshitting, now you cutting into the way that I'm trying to hit these sets. And so that can cause like a little bit of a friction because it's like, damn, I say you could work in like basically, take your time. Like if you see the pace of someone, you kind of want to try and like keep that pace, like get out their way so that y'all can keep the pace. And so I'll ask someone to work in if I know like they're kind of at the same pace, but if they take their time throughout a rep or throughout a set, I won't mess with them because I know I'm going to get irritated. So it's like if I see a guy that's kind of like at the same pace as me, hey man, you mind if I work in? Because we're going to be on the same pace. Like you're going, and then I'm going to go, and then we flip-flop like back and forth because that's how we're hitting it. So I think you have to be mindful when you work in with people.
I've been lucky where it's tends to be people around the same like body type, same weight, same reps. But that's true. Like I've never like had someone work between my sets who was that different in pace or, not a dude who's much bigger than me. It's always been people around my own body type. That's true. That would definitely be annoying if someone messes your pace up.
Yeah.
Sorry. So one of my other pet peeves, because I'm not much of a talker. So anytime I'm training and I'm in my zone, which is often, I'm in my zone, I just don't like having a lengthy conversation because I feel like I'm cooling off. And then I just have to find another, like, I'm just going to have to warm up all over again before I get back on my sets or whatever. That is something that I've noticed when I do train with my girl Angie, because she's a little bit of a social butterfly. When she's in a good mood, she can talk. And I'm just staring at her with this random stranger. I'm like, yo, like, I'm going to go. You guys are wasting my gym time, man. I can't do this right now. Like, I'm not here to have a conversation. I'm here to go fucking work out,
People that are a little too friendly and just keep chatting
and they don't understand like that mini cue of like, yeah, okay. And you're trying to put that earbud in, like, okay,
you'll have the weight in your hand, you're like position on the bench, like, yeah, nah, I hear you, and they keep going, you're like, okay, and I'll just go through it.
Just keep going.
Oh no, I tell them, hey, I'm about to put my headphones in. I'm not about to hear you.
I don't think anybody's ever like approached me to talk at the gym. I think I've only ever like said stuff to other people, and it's usually been like one word, one sentence compliments, like, "Hey, I like your shirt," because they have like an anime shirt on. It's like I don't think I've ever had anybody walk up to me and talk to me in the gym, and I think it's because I have like resting bitch face. So like, especially when I'm mid set, like I look like I want to kill somebody. Like so I think everybody sees my face and go like, "Fuck that."
I mean, like, should you not be looking like that when you're at the gym? Though? You're in your zone, It's kind of like everyone should be having a resting bitch. Who smiles when they're training?
The only time I've ever smiled during a set is if like I'm listening to something.
Yeah.
I usually like will have a video on like in the background when I work out. Usually I work at home, but like I would end up like laughing if like something funny comes up. I'm like laughing between my set, like legit, like I'm like.
Nah, that's psychotic.
My whole body weakens anytime I laugh.
I get
I
so
can't do
good.
it.
I listen to comedy podcasts that of my favorite comedians, like the Conan O'Brien podcast, and I listen to those, and I'll start giggling while I'm working out, and I'll get scared because I'm like, yo, I hope the big dude next to me doesn't think I'm laughing at him or something. Like, I've seen
I'm
lots
sure
of people
I'm already
do it.
someone's pet peeve. All I do is scream when I punch and kick.
So we're gonna do people's pet
Oh my
peeves.
god, you're one of those. You're one of those.
No.
Wait, but are you doing it at the gym or when you're
Oh
doing it
yeah, the gym.
outside though?
Yup.
So you're doing this at
Oh
the gym.
yeah.
I mean,
I'm a grunter, bro.
What the?
uh,
I mean,
so
like,
no
how
matter what,
loud? Because I,
yeah.
like, listen, I don't mind people that grunt. You know, sometimes they gotta express or like release whatever. But how loud are we talking? Because then
Like,
that,
are you going Super Saiyan in the gym, bro? Because that's not all
yeah,
right.
Pretty much.
That's not all right.
I'll be mad as hell at you for real. If I turn back and I don't
if you
see you
were,
lifting some
yeah.
big boy weight, nah, I'm gonna be mad as hell. You done distracted me.
I think it was during high school. I was training with my dad. My dad made sure that my brothers and I were with him at YMCA. This was like before Planet Fitness or whatever, right? There was a grunter at YMCA and he would yell like so loud, one, one, one. And then everyone's just staring at him. And then later on you hear two, 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 but it's so loud. And my dad's staring at me like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on, man?
They don't
Like,
know this, son. They don't know this, son.
and it would continue. He would go. I guess he's just counting until whatever rep he's reaching. But it's
I
just so
guess,
loud that people would
but
just turn around and stare at him like, "Yo, like we get it. You know, you're lifting, but it's so loud. You can hear it anywhere you go at YMCA. You can hear this guy."
that's too much.
Sometimes dudes take their shirts off to like flex in the mirror, which is fine.
Oh
but
yeah.
sometimes they'll keep it off and they'll hit a bench and they'll sweat all over it. And
Oh, yeah.
only a few times I've seen this happen, they won't wipe it down at all. They'll just leave it.
Oh, yeah.
Worst.
It's
Yep,
kind
I
of
came
like,
across that recently. I was actually at Temple. If I don't know if this is like a new member, an old one. I've never seen anyone touch this bench. I just remember approaching this bench because it was my push day, and I didn't realize how wet it was.
Oh.
And I accidentally just like laid on it. I'm like, oh, I sweat. I was so grossed out, man. I was so grossed out.
I mean, I'll freaking wipe the floor if sweat drips off my like chin. Like I'll like clean the
Oh,
floor.
no. That's for the sanctity of the gym. You just leave the sweat
Yeah.
on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what gives the gym its personality. You have to
Yeah.
let the sweat soak into the ground.
My soul
Let
is in
the
this
sweat
gym.
and blood stain the floor.
Blood, sweat, and tears. It's like with like influence, well, not influence, not all of them, but like the ones who like make it a big to do to put out all their equipment, like their tripods and their ring lights and like all that crud. And it's like, dude, I get it, you got to make the content, but like, can you just like prop your phone up on a water bottle, bro? Like I do, like just like
No, we
be
cannot.
like that, bro. You can't just like they got all the ring lights and the huge tripod. It's like I don't mind it if you can find a way to have it out and not be in the way. Like, but they have it in the middle of the walkway, and like I'm tripping over tripods or walking into shots, and like I'm like I didn't even know you were filming, bro. You got the whole mirror here.
But to be fair,
I
if
get
you're
you.
tripping over a tripod, you need to work on your situational awareness there. You know, just a little bit.
No, but they're like big leg tripods. They're not.
And
like
you still
the
trip over it.
They're big. No, but like they're low to the ground, like they're really squat. And like half the time I'm looking up because I'm trying to see what machine is open right now. And like half the time I'm not thinking like, okay, the thing that's coming towards me, as long as like I still have some distance between my arm and it, I won't trip over anything near it. And then I remember, oh wait, tripods have long legs. So it's like, oh crap. And by the time I remember that, I've already tripped over it and now I'm profusely apologizing to the person.
Never
I've probably
That's
crossed
true.
so many shots, and I hate it because I'm a filmmaker and I know how much that like pisses people off. So it's like I'm always like, oh crap, am I in someone's shot now? Crap.
I know,
sorry.
but you're in a gym, right? Like you're in a gym, so if they were to create content, whether it's in the gym, at a park, whatever, it's a public space. Like they can't be upset if
Mhm.
you're in the shot or if another random person is in the shot. Like they gotta understand you're sharing a space with other people who are trying to work out and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So you're good. You're good. More exposure for you guys, you know?
Just wear
Oh.
T-shirts, just advertising our websites and our social media, and just accidentally walk into all of their shots. Like, just do that as a living.
Start doing that. Start doing
Accidentally,
that.
just the logo just so happens to be in full view. It's like, oh, I was accidentally walking in front of your shot. Yeah, it was well,
You like stop,
yeah.
you wipe
Can
your
you
sweat off
imagine,
with
you know,
like
you're
a
wearing your
merchandise
hoodie and
towel.
you're in the shot and you're just like lifting it up and all you see is
Oh
like,
yeah. You pop open a water bottle with your logo. I get it's weird though because they're living like a lie, like they're guilting themselves, like they know they're doing.
It's true. It's true. So this isn't part of a pet peeve, but it is a story. Again, being in this whole fitness industry when I was sponsored, whatever, in my early 20s or whatever, you get to meet a lot of people that are not living their truth. And I remember when I was hitting my all-time low, like I was very depressed. Like it was one of those, I might not have been existing right now. I'll just be very honest on that. But because I was at a moment where I was not myself, I was not as strong, I can't, back myself up or have an argument with another person. There's one in particular. He is actually, well, I still don't know if he's like an influencer in the GTA, but he's well known for what he does as a trainer, for giving motivational tips or quotes, whatever, on his Instagram, whatever. He's a fucking ass. So for him to talk about positivity, your wisdom, and helping community, whatever, complete opposite of that. I found out that he stole money. Business did not succeed. He lies. He came at me at one point wanting to sue me for a stupid video when it wasn't his business. And like the list goes on, right? So when he was starting to come up to me and get upset over something, I'm just like, man, what is going on? I wish
Wow.
people could see who you truly are, because you are not what you are saying. You're saying everything that's just like, oh man, like I can go on with this specific person. I think this person just got too caught up with how fitness was when Instagram was starting to become very out there. Like it was a very popular thing. The whole trend was doing like the most outrageous workouts and looking your best. Like it was a very toxic moment. I don't know if it's like that anymore because I don't follow a lot of influencers and stuff anymore. But I'm going to make the assumption that he just got too involved in that world and was not representing who he truly is behind the camera or whatever.
I mean, a lot of those influencers are so fake that they chase the trend, and he probably would become like one of those positivity gurus today if it sells. Like that's not the authentic. But they do keep changing the trend. I do remember that whole like hype era.
Yeah.
Like, monster grind set, like Spartan workout this and
Yup.
there. It's just today you have two issues. One is instant gratification. People want the quick way. People want a shortcut way. People want a chemical way. And then the second problem is a lot of unqualified people use the kind of media we have today, especially social media, to pretend like they're being scientific when they're not. Like some of these workouts end up getting, people injured for life. Some of these advices. So I do think, yeah, we're gonna definitely keep advancing, but people need to learn how to filter that.
Yeah,
Like
you have to take everything with a grain of salt because obviously, like, I don't, like, I think I've worked out enough throughout my years when it comes to every sport imaginable, possibly. Not every sport imaginable, but a variety, basketball, baseball, football, soccer, swimming, skiing, shot putting. It has different methods of training. And then I've also, as I've now got into bodybuilding itself, like I look at people like Charles Glass, C-Bum, a lot of guys that have been doing it for a while, and I'm just like, for a while, I was very, who was it that was very big and he kind of fell off? Dang, I can't remember his name. He was like Hispanic guy, kind of curly hair. I can't remember his name, but he was very big on form and this and that, and so don't rock the weights and stuff like that. And then I start coming across guys that were like big bodybuilders, like they're huge, and you see them doing these the dumbbell, the scoop and rock, and people would tell you like, oh no, it's not optimal. You shouldn't work out like that. And so you kind of buy into the hype. But then you see these guys are freaking huge, and you're
Yeah.
like, this dude has the biggest biceps, probably that's been around in bodybuilding, and he's literally doing the momentum with the scoop and pulls, and then it's like, what the hell? So that's why you have to start playing with it and implement it into workouts, and that's how I know what's real and what's fake. If it's not
Oh,
working,
yeah.
it's bullshit, and if it's actually doing something based upon like my knowledge I already have, it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know I could do it this way, and I tweak certain things. But yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. Damn. People have opinions on how to work out. And the thing I don't like is when someone says, don't do it this way. Because what you're inferring is that I have superior knowledge and my
No,
way
I
is
get what you're
better
saying.
than the other person. So when
Well,
people
yeah.
automatically go, don't do it this way, do it this way, it's like that's not fair to the exercise that you're discrediting because it actually might be beneficial to someone else. But for you personally, you didn't see results. Like even like when I train with Anwar, we try to give each other tips, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, right? So for him, he's like, I don't feel it. Like I don't get good results from doing it that way. Maybe because he's shorter and our body structures are different. I feel it
Yeah,
differently than
true.
he would, but it doesn't mean that that workout or that exercise isn't effective. It's just not for you. So when you go and be
Yeah.
like, don't do it this way, if people that are following you now, they won't ever try it, and maybe that's the workout that actually benefits them more than the one you're recommending. That's what I don't like. It's good to have
Yeah.
a wealth of information on different training methods so that if you were to train someone the way you would like for them to approach the set or the workout itself might not benefit them. So it's like, well, how do you feel? Because I know what the workout's supposed to feel like, how you're supposed to be feeling this exercise. Okay, you're not feeling it. Like, okay, tweak it and do it this way. Oh yeah, I feel it a lot better now. The mind to muscles there. Okay, well then that works for you. But if I'm one-minded, I'm gonna train people, and then you're probably not an effective trainer. You can't train everyone the same.
Everyone has to figure out their own style in pretty much everything, especially your health and fitness.
Well, yeah, that's something that I would always tell my clients because I used to be a personal trainer as well. And I would tell them, like, and everyone has their own type of style, but they figure it out as they continue into their whole fitness journey.
Yep.
Yeah.
You should be playing around with all types of styles. See what you enjoy the most, what you get excited for before hitting the gym or before
Mm-hmm.
heading home to work out. How's your body responding? Like everything like that, because weightlifting is not for everybody. Same thing when it comes to, let's just say, calisthenics. It's not for everybody, but you're playing around with it. And that is something that I used to do. So when the whole fitness trend was a big thing for Instagram or whatever, I remember being very transparent a long time ago, like just trying different styles. To the point where when I started touching weightlifting, I realized I like this. This
Yeah.
is my thing, not the whole.
Mhm.
Like I used to do a lot of box jumps, like sprints, jump ropes, ladder drills, like all of those plyometrics type of thing, and then like body weight stuff. But then I realized like weightlifting is what helps me be more at peace. But it got to where I am currently at. Like it was cool. The whole transition was interesting, I would say. But
Mhm.
definitely, guys, like if anyone's out there listening and you're new into the fitness, whatever, just test out everything, man. Just try it out. You never know. How has the Konami community helped you guys?
I would say more on accountability.
Okay.
Yeah, like that'll be one thing. It's more of just no, you post a picture or you talk about, what you've been doing currently and you're getting progress. It helps to keep you on the level, so to speak, because once you post that picture, that progress pic, or you talk about it, and let's say you happen to slack a bit and you see that, like, oh shit, I fell back a little. And then you try to just, you catch up. I mean, that's how it's worked for me. When I post something, I realize I have to catch myself back.
I would say for me would be the same thing, and that was something that I talked about in episode 1, is that this has been the most consistent I've ever been because of the accountability group. But I would say overall, not just in the whole Watch Me Work channel or the accountability group, but like Discord itself, so our server, you guys have helped me out mentally for sure. And then if I were to bring that with the whole fitness thing, it's like you guys have given me my drive, my fuel all over again, you know? Because like I would say a year ago or several years ago, I was always in a roller coaster where this Toronto influencer came up to me and made me feel like shit about it. I don't remember entirely what he told me, but I remember looking at him with like snipers in my eye because I really just wanted to push his head against the wall multiple times because it was just disrespectful, right? Like I just remembered giving him an answer, telling him, you know, if you understood what is going on with me mentally, my life and everything, I've had setbacks. Like I've always fallen into depression and stuff like that. And it's like for you to make a comment like that, it doesn't make me feel any better, right?
Right.
But like the community has helped me become where I am right now. So it's yeah, no, it's a positive thing. I'm happy for that.
See, Julian wrote here. Um, it has helped me with my mental and just having like-minded people who actually help each other out.
No, it's fun to have like a club of people that you can vent to, uh, as well as talk about fitness and stuff. It's you know it's like a group of friends. So that's been nice. It's also nice to have people that are constantly active in a certain way. Because when you're trying to do a project alone by yourself, you can kind of slip off a bit. And one thing is you could have a busy day or like a busy week where you forget. And then like a month later, you're like, hold on, I was on a whole fitness journey and I forgot. But like when you have that, you know, when it's on your social media, when it's on your like checklist for the week, when you're chatting with people that are constantly talking about that, it's like a language. You know, when you're around those people that speak that, you start to learn it yourself and it stays in your head more. So having people that are constantly also thinking about their fitness, but also from a more realistic angle so that we can just chat, we can vent about how we feel about whatever that happened that week. But also reflecting on our fitness and mentioning like, hey, I'm doing this workout, I'm at this weight, I hit this milestone. It makes it much more fun, casual project, you know. Like everyone likes to be part of
Yep,
that club that
it's
does
true.
to do so.
I do believe for people that don't have a community, finding an app that tracks your sets, your workout type, your reps, your weight, that really helped me a lot when I got the CBUM app. That's what I love about it is the name of the game is constantly to progress, right? Because that's how you see more results. So you get bigger, you see more definition. And the only way you're going to know if you're actually moving up is to log stuff. And I noticed that that really helped my mental state when it came to the gym in a big way because I did pull downs, you know, maybe 2 workouts ago for back. And so now it's requesting that I do pull downs again. And it's like, okay, I need to do 8 reps here. So when I check back at my history, it's like, okay, the last time you did this workout at 8 reps, your weight was at 150 or whatever it is, right? Okay, can I do 160 today for the 8 reps instead of the 150? And then you do it and it's like, holy crap, like it's lighter. So you start to see the progression, and for people, they need to see something when you can't see it physically on your body. You can see the numbers start to shoot up, even if it's 5 pounds, 10 pounds. People need that mentally to be able to continue to commit to the work that it takes to show up every day for yourself in the gym. And those types of apps help a lot. And so like that's how you can see progression. And then once you notice that, it doesn't feel like you're going in there and getting nothing out of it. Like now you're looking back and like, oh shit, I did this for this and now it's really light and I added 10 more pounds. So like next week I'm gonna try it heavier. And that's how you challenge yourself at the same time, and you're able to see better results faster. Because before I would be like, I think I did the 80s for 10 reps, so maybe I'll do 85s or whatever. And I probably was really wrong, you know, that was off. But I'm not, I'm just kind of like guessing, and now it's the guesswork's out of it. Like, I know I did this, let me see if I can up the weight 5 pounds. Every week I'm always 5 pounds. Can I do 5 more? I'm not feeling good today, I'll just drop back down to at least this weight. So
I
I
like that.
recommend that.
It's I actually added this into my Amazon, but I do want to get like a small notebook so I can start tracking my workouts starting in the new year too. Because I do find myself on certain days trying to remember what did I pull last time. I don't
Yep.
remember. So I'd rather have it written down so
Mm-hmm.
I can physically see it.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys started off with your fitness and everything, like from everything that you've learned, is there any type of tips, any advice you want to give to someone that's about to start, whether it's at the gym, home, outside, like anywhere?
Yeah, my very first tip is just to show up. It doesn't matter if you have no plan. It doesn't matter like if you have you know a plan or not. Yeah, just show up.
I
Mm-hmm.
would say I would say for me, don't let anybody tell you that your reason for working out isn't a good reason. Like, because it's your reason. It doesn't matter what they think. If you're working out because of your mental health, if you're working out because you want to look better, or you don't think you, or you're not happy with the way you look, like, or if you want to work out because you want to look like the next anime protagonist, like, it doesn't matter. Like, don't let anybody like tell you that, oh, that's not a good reason to work out. Because the reason I work out is because I've always wanted to be a knight ever since I was a kid, and they have to be strong to wear all that armor. So it's like my goal is definitely to be like, I have to be strong enough to wear full plate armor and not get tired while walking. So it's like, find that reason,
Goddamn
like
right.
find that reason that gets you into the gym. Because that's the reason that gets me into it. I'm trying to be a knight. I'm trying to slay dragons. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Find your whys before you
yeah,
even start or while you're starting. It's for anyone that's listening. It's take a moment to find your whys. Because my mini tip or advice would be more of don't beat yourself up if you end up skipping a day or two from the gym. If it's a week, a month, like sometimes we all tend to have those little setbacks. But once you find your why, um, eventually when you build that consistency, you eventually build your motivation. You know, you'll be more assertive when you find your whys.
Approach it from an angle where you realize that this is something you're going to enjoy doing for
Hmm.
the rest of your life.
Don't make it a chore. Make
Yeah.
it something that you know you're gonna have fun within. If it's an hour or two, you know you're gonna have your fun.
It could be, it is a responsibility, but at the same time, you can enjoy it, and you can be a dancer, you can take swim classes, you can, Muay Thai or weightlifting or calisthenics or cardio. Just move, like get out there and express your body and express yourself physically, because it's a joy. It's a project. There's the results that come along the way are so much fun. At the end of the day, don't like go in with a mindset where you're trying to like really force yourself to work out, because you might do one really intense workout, but it's better to do a relaxed workout several times a week for the rest of your life than do an intense workout for a couple months and then call it quits. Consistency is like where all the growth happens. It doesn't matter if it's not 100% all the time, because there's always more room. I'm telling you, no matter who you are, you could have always done a little bit more no matter what you do. And the thing is, you can work yourself to death and you can always do a little bit. That's not what it's about. Like, you're supposed to ultimately, you enjoy the process, and the results you get are health and, a better feeling about yourself. And, you know, I think that's the main thing, is approach it from an angle it's fun and you love it.
Like, understand what you're getting into and the level of commitment it's going to take in order for you to get to those goals that you've set for yourself mentally. Everyone wants to look a certain way or be successful, but you're not necessarily counting the cost. You know, I don't think you understand like what you're signing up for, and then you get in the gym and you're like, damn, this sucks. People do this every day, and it's like, yeah, we struggle to sit down to use the restroom after leg days. You know,
Yeah.
to get out of bed correctly like normal people, and then you go to work and you can't bend or squat right. Your back is the tightest it's ever been. It's in pain, but pain equals progress. So, depending, don't take that to heart literally, because then people will come out here try to injure themselves and be like, I'm progressing. Like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, it's
Um,
not always like that.
Definitely
Always be
listen to your
realistic.
body. That's been my biggest one is
Hmm.
you know you listen to your body. Don't allow anyone to push you past what you know your limits are. But if you don't know what your limits are, then maybe you should explore those as well. Um, but yeah, it's big. Listen to the body is big. It's okay to take a week off, 2 weeks off. It's actually probably beneficial to do that every now and then, from what I found in my experience. When I've taken a long period of time off and like not working out, and I come back, it's almost like my body responds even better.
Mm-hmm.
And for
Because you're
sure,
recovered.
yeah, and for
Yep.
sure, another one is gonna be the diet is way more important than what you're doing in the gym for
Mm-hmm.
the best results. But yeah, it'd
So
be all
basically,
right.
it's for anyone out there that's listening, and you're about to start new and stuff like that. The major thing that I would always tell people is, do some research. Don't just rely on people you see on YouTube, on Instagram. Like, take the time to do your research, play around with the exercises. Maybe a modified version is what works best for you. When it comes to diet, like ask around, do some research as well. Like don't just rely on a one person or two people type of thing too, you
Hmm.
know? And then like the major thing that I always came across with, especially when it comes to females, is like don't beat yourself up. Because once you start this journey, it's a journey for a reason. It takes time. Not everyone will hit their goals like all at once. Some have really good genetics, other people don't. It depends on your stress levels, your diet, your sleep, whatever. It's just really focus on the whole, not just like the working out aspect. Um, yeah, and just enjoy every bit of it because it's gonna be a little bit of a roller coaster, but in
It's
a good
fun.
way.
Yeah, it's fun. It gets
Yeah.
funner the more you know. I'd say another big one is be okay with being uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
because no one goes into anything and knows exactly what they're doing, whether it comes to a job or a sport. You're gonna be the awkward guy with two left feet, or the awkward girl with two left feet. Like you're not gonna look perfect. You're gonna look funky, but that's the importance of doing the research. And that's what I would do a lot. Like I'm someone that I don't like to embarrass myself. Let's be honest, no one does. But I do my utmost best to try and prepare so I don't look like a rookie. That was always my thing. Like if I'm going into a new job, I have no experience. I'm googling stuff, I'm YouTubing stuff, and I'm trying to get little tips. So when they start to like explain stuff, I'm not clueless. You have some level of idea of like, okay, I somewhat already know what you're asking of me or what this workout is requiring me to do. But yeah, that research is key. But be okay with being awkward. Everyone was there at one point, and you know that's part of the process. Like just enjoy the process at the end of the day.
I like to tell people every new player had to start at level 1, so don't
Mm-hmm.
be worried about having to compare yourself. Don't worry about comparing yourself to others. Everybody started at level 1, so level up on your own time, man.
Mm-hmm.
And work
That
out
was
with the
something that
level
I
50.
would. Pardon?
I
Starts with
said
six
workout
figures.
work out with the level 50 if you're level 1. That's how you get to level
Yeah,
50 quicker.
yeah.
But man, like
Just carry
everything he
that.
just said, like that used to be me. I used to get upset over, man, like if you guys met if you guys met me in my early 20s, like it was toxic. It was I ate garbage and living in a Peruvian household, it's our meals are always looking like a mountain and you got to finish the plate even if you're full. Like you just got to like shove it in even if you're full and you can't do it. You got to do it. So when I started my fitness journey, the only thing that I started off with was just cardio, cardio, cardio. And I would do it either once or twice in a day. Like it would either be treadmill in the morning and in the evening was a super late night workout. And when I mean super, I would be at the gym around 2 a.m. or something like that, doing other types of cardio. Um, and then when I would go home, I would be eating pizza or other junk food type of thing. And that was always my cycle to the point where I put myself in a negative light. Like, you look like shit. Like, you're not where you need to be or anything like that. I would always put myself at the worst before I started to understand, like, what is my whys? Why am I even doing this? What is the purpose of me doing this amount of cardio? Like, what am I trying to achieve here? All of that stuff. So, like, all of these tips and advice, man, I really wish all of you guys could have told me this at my earlier stage.
All right, guys. So, that was a pretty productive episode 2 on Kickback with Kenami. Again, here joined with J Mac, Leo Dominus, Kenami Admin, Varun P, and Monkey King Hugh. And your boy
Scott.
Stingray Killer. We're going to close it out for tonight. And is Leo's tire going to pass the penny test? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. See you guys next time.